If you were like me, you were cautiously waiting for the PS5 Pro to be announced, to be released, to see if you would buy it specifically for GTA 6. I know that sounds crazy, you're buying a single console for one game, but this was a thought on a lot of people's minds. Well, the question you're gonna have to ask yourself is, are you willing to pay about $900, yes, $900 to do just that, to play GTA 6 on the best console? That is what we're going to be taking a look at in today's GTA 6 video. Welcome back everyone to another GTA 6 video. Today we're actually looking at the PS5 Pro because this morning the PS5 Pro was announced, it was revealed. And like I said, if you were hoping on upgrading or getting this new console just for GTA 6, it's looking like it might not be that worth it. So let's actually hop into, this is the PlayStation blog. Welcome, PlayStation 5 Pro. We'll read through this before we hop into anything GTA 6 related. So I'll leave a link to this blog in the description because they actually do have like a couple of videos you can watch where they do go a little bit more in depth. Of course, it's, you know, marketing and stuff, so they're going to make it sound a lot better than it probably is. But the one big thing they mentioned in this blog here, they say, we developed the PS5 Pro with deeply engaged players and creators and game creators in mind, as many have asked for a console that runs even higher fidelity graphics with smoother frame rates at 60 FPS. So to me, it sounds like they're saying this console will run pretty much every game at 60 FPS. Now, it doesn't say 4K 60 FPS, it just says higher fidelity graphics, but most gamers would rather more FPS, I think, than better graphics. So if this is true, then that of course is good to see. Now, the three big upgrades, I think the only upgrades they did on this console, we have an upgraded GPU, and they give a bunch of numbers and stuff here. It's better than the PS5, right? It's slightly better than the PS5. You'll probably have to wait for specific games, benchmarks and stuff to come out to see how much better this upgraded GPU will be compared to the PS5, but of course it's better. Also, they had advanced ray tracing improvements, so they say double and triple the speeds of the current PS5 console, so that'll be good for ray traced games. And they also have this AI-driven upscaling. This is something, if you're familiar with like DLSS on PC, it's an AI-driven upscaling formula, I guess, that uses machine learning technology to provide super sharp clarity by adding an extraordinary amount of detail. Okay. All that means is the 4K you get, it'll be a little bit better because most of the time it's not a native 4K resolution. It's like 1080p upscaled to 4K. So this will just make it a bit cleaner looking. And that's actually it as far as like the big upgrades go. There was not a upgrade to the CPU, which is going to be a problem, it seems, for GTA 6. And that's what we'll take a look at here in a minute. But I just quickly wanted to run through the rest of this because it gets kind of worse after this. There's another video. Again, you can check it out. I think they go more into the details of the hardware. All of that stuff sounds pretty fine. They have some other smaller stuff like better Wi-Fi and 8K gaming. It all sounds great until you scroll down and see the price. This is what the console is going to look like. Again, normal, but with the three little lines. The price. This console, the base price is $700 US. It's also 700 pounds. It's 800 euros, so actually 100 more for EU people, which definitely sucks and makes this an even worse deal. And then 120,000, I think that's yen for Japan. And by the way, keep in mind for US people, I don't know how it works across the pond, but for US people, there's going to be like an $80 tax on top of this. So you're looking at spending almost $800 just for the console. Now it does come with a 2 terabyte SSD, a controller, as well as whatever that is, a copy of Astro's Playroom. But the disk drive does not come included with this price tag of $700. It doesn't say it here, but this disk drive, I believe, is going to be about $80. And to make matters even worse, we're going to scroll up. The vertical stand, which came with the PS5, is not included in that $700 amount. You have to spend extra, I think it's about 30 bucks extra for this vertical stand. That is ridiculous. I know, look, over the years, there's always been the Xbox versus PlayStation, fanboys and console wars. This is why Xbox sucking is bad. because Sony can get away with these prices. If the Xbox was a little bit more competitive, this price would probably not be as high, but Sony knows they have the best console. They have a lot of people in their environment, in their system. They can charge this amount and people are more than willing to buy it. So for all the people who always hate on Xbox, there's a reason Xbox doing good was in your benefit. And you're starting to see the consequences of Xbox kind of falling off. But that's another topic for another debate. We're going to hop into the GTA 6 stuff now because, as you saw, it is insanely expensive to just buy the console. And I want to run some numbers here just because this puts things into perspective. $700 for the base console. If you want the disc drive, that's an extra $80. And the reason I'm throwing this in here, yes, you could get the game digitally, but a lot of hardcore people were going to buy the game, either the special edition or the collector's edition. Usually those editions come with the physical copy of the game because you get like the metal steel book and all that. Now things can change. Maybe it doesn't. I know RDR2's collector's edition didn't actually come with the game, which is crazy. But let's say you want to get the physical edition because you like it and you want to put it with your collection of all your other GTA games. That's an extra, $70 to $100 or even more if you buy the collector's edition. You're already looking at about $900, maybe even over $900 when you include taxes just to buy this game and play this game on the PS5 Pro. And then if you want the vertical stand, that's an extra $30. If you want to play online, because of course online is going to be a big thing, you have to pay the PS5 online fee, whatever that is. And then if you want to get all the best stuff, I'm sure you're going to have to pay the $7-8 a month for GTA Plus. So you're looking at spending literally almost $1,000 to play this game on the PS5 Pro. That, even if it's GTA 6, even if GTA 6 is the best game of all time, the greatest game of all time, I don't think is worth it unless you just have a crazy amount of money to spend. And as far as how is the game would run on the PS5 Pro, look, obviously this is some speculation. We're going to have to wait until the game comes out and people can do benchmarks and see how much better it actually is. But just going off of what we know, how previous Rockstar games have run, how just other big games work, most big games in GTA Online and GTA 5 especially are CPU intensive games. And like I said, the PS5 CPU is the exact same CPU in the PS5 Pro. Obviously, GTA 6 will run the best on the PS5 Pro, but I don't think it'll be that much better because of those CPU limitations. There is a very real chance that the PS5 Pro can't even run GTA 6 at 4K 60 FPS. And by the way, that 4K, again, like I mentioned, it's not even native 4K. It's simply AI upscaled 4K, which still looks good. It's not that big of a difference, but it's not, true 4K. Now, Rockstar could definitely change some things. They can downgrade some things to make it get to 60 FPS, and I'm sure they will do that since they have a partnership with Sony. I'm sure it'll look better saying GTA 6 runs at 4K 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro. But if they downgrade things like NPC density or variety or like draw distance and stuff, I don't think it's going to be that worth it to sort of to have that 60 FPS amount. Ideally, and I don't even know if this is a possibility because console doesn't give you that many options compared to PC, but it would be nice if there were different options where you could choose if you wanted like actual 4K and you just do 30 FPS, or if you wanted like a 2K resolution with 60 FPS or even more maybe, if it's possible, or if you could do like 120 FPS at 1080p or something. I don't know how detailed they can get on console, but I guess maybe that's the best way, if they could just give everyone the option of picking what you want, so then you could just play it how you like it. But at least at the moment, this looks kind of crazy. If you were on the fence, if you were like me, who were, maybe you have a PS5 and you were looking like, should I upgrade? It doesn't seem like it's going to be worth it to upgrade, especially if, you only get $200, if that, for a trade-in for the PS5. If GameStop or something gives you $500 for your old PS5, like maybe it's worth it. But I seriously doubt something like that will happen. Now, if you still want to go through the process of getting this PS5 Pro for GTA 6, I think you have a couple of ways of going about it. We're still a year away-ish from GTA 6 releasing, so maybe prices will drop. Maybe you could hope for a sale on this PS5 Pro. Maybe you can pick one up used if they drop. a significant amount in the price for a used one, that is probably going to be your best bet for wanting to play this game on this console. But honestly, for myself, and I think for a lot of people, I'll just take the sort of somewhat downgraded experience of playing it on the base PS5. I'll wait for the PC release because I have a much better PC, and then I'll just play it on the PC because, of course, you're going to be getting actual native 4K if you have the specs for it, actual higher FPS, over 100, over 200 if you have the specs for that, maybe. You have the frame gen, you have the DLSS, you have all that sort of stuff, ray tracing. So I think that might be what a lot of people end up doing. Just play on the normal PS5 and then eventually get it for PC when it releases. I mean, honestly, when it comes to that whole debate, you could almost build a much better PC for about $1,000 compared to what you're getting with this PS5. I know there's obviously a big difference between console and PC, but this is an absurd price, especially if you're in EU for the PS5 Pro. And then another question I've seen, is GTA 6 going to be bundled with this PS5 Pro? Like I said, Sony and Rockstar have a partnership, so I'm sure there will be a bundle. I don't know if there'll be a specific console for GTA 6, but you are probably looking at like a $900 bundle just for all of that, which is absurd. It used to be, $500-ish for a console. Now it's almost $1,000. But let us know in the comment section your thoughts on this PlayStation 5 Pro. Were you someone who was interested in upgrading just for GTA 6, or are you just going to hold off now because the absurd pricing? That is going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.